Welcome to Shopfloor Training. In this session, we will cover managing your data for quality codes, off standards, and users. Here we will start with users, and in users we have teams. Teams would be a way to group your users together. So for example, we can have team team 1 and team 2. We can also use this to define other things like shift 1 So this is a way for you to be creative in how you organize your employees or your operators. Next, we will go into users. And in users, we can add a new user record by clicking on Add New. And here we will add the person's user ID. And remember, it's alphanumeric, so you can use letters and numbers. And we'll enter that person's name. And here we can select which team they belong to. Once you're done, always hit Save Changes. As you can see, it's very simple to add information into the system. This is a good opportunity, even if you have integration, to manually add operators into the system and practice saving, adding records, and you can also use this to delete records. If I want to delete somebody, I simply click on this delete. But after I hit delete, I also have to hit Save Changes. I can also hit Cancel Changes, and that's like hitting undo. In here is also where you come to print your employee labels. You select which employees you want to print labels for, hit preview, and this will show you the label. For now, we would like you to print labels for all of the employees that you add, even if it's just on regular paper. Going forward, you can come up with the best possible method for your company, such as laminating or printing on employee cards. Next, we're going to go into off standards. To add a new record, you hit Add a New Record. And here we'll have off standard 1, and we'll call it Machine Down. Now here you can define roles, and what roles will do is essentially allow you to send an email anytime an operator goes into this specific off standard to a specific person. But we're not going to cover setting up the roles right now. This is something we can do once all of the other data is in your system. Here we also have toggle columns, and this is where we can get to other pieces of information. The check mark for production means, do you allow production while you're in this off standard? Approval, do you require a supervisor to approve it? Is it visible? Is this an off standard you want operators to be able to see on their tablet? Is there an average rate for this off standard? And what kind of off standard? Is it a user kind or a location kind? Keep in mind, a location kind means that it's something in relation to the machine. And a user kind means it's something in relation to the employee. Once you're done, you hit Save. We'll go ahead and add another one. This time we'll call it Training. Yes, we do allow production. we require approval. It's visible. We can put a training rate on it. And in this case, it's a user kind. So go ahead and think of other possible off-standard type codes that you would like to have in the system. And even though we're not going to set up the email roles now, this is also a good time to determine which off-standards you would like to generate an email and who that email should go to. You could just make a note of that so that later on when we cover this, we can easily add it. Next, we will go into quality codes. Once again, add a new record. You can start with the quality code ID and the name. Short name is to show less information if it's something that has a long description, like SS for skip stitch. Deduct is if you want this deducted from the operator that performed the original work. And the measure, is this repair or rework? Is it scrap or is it no measure? So no measure, for example, would be if you want to log a fault, but you're not going to do anything about it other than just log that there was an issue. Once you're done, you hit Save Changes. We can simply add another record. In this case, we will not deduct. And in this case, we'll select scrap and save changes.